Hello there, Nintendo normies. Paul Neon Davidson here, and it's E3 2018, everybody. Now, since this is primarily a Nintendo channel, I'm going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct, the Invitational, all the games that they have on the show floor, what I did during the first day of E3, all that stuff. And first off, I want to say, I am very disappointed in you, Nintendo. You said that we were going to be able to play as an iconic purple dragon in the next Super Smash Bros. Game, and all you gave me was a space pterodactyl. Who wants to play as a space pirate pterodactyl dinosaur dragon monster thing in Super Smash Bros.? He's way too big. What idiots would want that? And thus I lost a bunch of subscribers. I'm joking. Alright, but are we gonna see Ridley playable in Fortnite?
Let's do this.
Hello guys, and welcome to Atomic Com's E3 2018 Impressions video. So, I'm actually recording this on the second day of E3, but while I wasn't able to do a whole video on day one, I was able to experience a lot more stuff today than I was yesterday, and I thought today would be the best day to possibly be able to talk about all my experiences, the announcements that came out. I'm probably going to do another update video on E3 2018 in a day or so, and we'll talk even more about it there, but for right now, I want to get over some basic stuff. So yeah, let's talk about the Nintendo Direct, because that was the first thing of theirs that I was able to experience, watching it online in line for the Super Smash Bros. Invitational that happened on day one. I watched it with a bunch of other people, and I was impressed by a couple of things. I felt it was a little bit underwhelming. It was weird. It kind of evened out because, you know, Smash Brothers is such a big announcement, but at the same time, it was their only real big announcement. I mean, I'm probably going to get some Fire Emblem fans that won't agree with me there, but that's just how I felt. Super Smash Brothers seemed to be like the only truly worthwhile thing that was on there, and even then, that's still kind of a stretch. I'm only really going to talk about some of the outstanding games or the things that really matter to me, though, because I kind of suck at recapping stuff, guys. I've done it in the past with other Nintendo Directs, and it always ended up seeming kind of pointless to me. So I'm just going to go over some really big points here. One of them being Super Mario Party. So we got a new Mario Party. They're not numbering them anymore, I guess. And the gameplay, from what I've seen, seems to go back to the original Mario Parties in that you're not in a car anymore. Thank you. Why did you think those cars were a good idea in the first place? I mean, I did like 10, but I also liked 4 and 5 a lot more. So, going back to basics with the Mario Party formula, put online in, please. Literally, it's the one thing we want you to do, Nintendo. Put online into this game, then it's sold, okay? It'll sell the online service. Everyone's going to consider it to be the best Mario Party out there. Just do it. There's nothing that hard about it, okay? Be the first to do it, guys. Be groundbreaking like you always are. Then we got an announcement for some DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I still have yet to play Xenoblade Chronicles 2. No money, no time. It's not very high on my priority list, but if you like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and you wanted some more features and some more, you know, meat to the game, then there you go. So you got that. And then Fire Emblem's Three Houses, the new Fire Emblem game. Again, not really that big into Fire Emblem. I mean, it looks improved from previous games that I have seen, you know, from like the 3DS games especially. Nice graphics. I guess that looks a lot larger than the other games. So if you're a Fire Emblem fan, look out for that. Hopefully it interested you. But now we're going to go into the big one, the very big announcement that everybody had, which is Super Smash Bros. And it has a title now. Ultimate. And guys, I'm going to say it right now, I friggin' called it. I said in my Super Smash Bros. Video that I did months ago when they first announced it that I wanted everybody from the previous Smash Brothers games to come back in some playable form. Granted, it's not in the way that I wanted it. You know, I wanted all the clone characters to be just, you know, costume changes for the original characters, which they kind of addressed that by calling the clones Echo Fighters. I don't exactly know what that's supposed to mean, because he said that Sakurai, I should say, said that they're going to be different in some way, shape, or form from the original fighters. And, yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but they're called Echo Fighters, so I don't know, maybe he's butthurt about people calling them clones. My greatest husbando, Wolf, is back. I'll get to play as him again. The fan favorite Snake has come back. My personal favorite, Mega Man, has come back, and now he's got a slightly newer Final Smash, which involves Proto Man and Bass joining him. That's pretty awesome. And of course, we got to see some footage of the Inkling in battle this time. And honestly, the Inklings look kind of overpowered. You can run over them with the rollers. The Final Smash is like a killer whale, I believe. And you could spray them with ink, and that damages the enemy, the whatever fighter you're shooting, and it deals more damage to them if you actually hit them. They look kind of overpowered, honestly. Like, there's gonna be so many ways that you could just dish out damage to your opponents. And yeah, I want to try her out again. Actually, I haven't played as the Inkling yet in Smash Brothers, but I am going to. It's going to be one of the first characters that I try out, because I do have an appointment to play Super Smash Brothers tomorrow, and I'm going to give my impressions, my updated impressions, over there, and whatever I make that video. And of course, the last announcement that they did in the entire direct for Super Smash Brothers, Ridley is now a playable character in Super Smash Bros. And he's a lot smaller than we thought. You could shut up now, fanboys. Thank you very much. He looks friggin' overpowered too, though. Like, he did this tail slide thing where he just goes across the ground and then he drags the opponents down with him or whatever. It's like, that just looks like, it looks super powerful, and it seems to last a long time. So I don't know if there's any balancing issues that they got in Super Smash Bros. I mean, according to Sakurai during the Smash Bros. Invitational, he said that he caught a few bugs while the opponents were battling it out. And that, I mean, that was kind of funny, though. And, you know, it helps him with developing the game, so that's good, too. So let's get into the gameplay for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, from what I could tell in playing it, the attacks were a lot faster, the movements were a lot faster. It's not melee fast. It's faster than Super Smash Bros. Wii U, and slightly slower than Super Smash Bros. Melee. So I hope that this is a good balance for everybody. Personally, I would like if they went back to being able to be as fast as Melee, but we're probably not going to get that, unfortunately. Graphically speaking, it looks pretty similar to Wii U. I can definitely tell that there's a bunch of differences, but I don't know. I was kind of hoping they would stray away from Wii U a little bit more, but I'm fine with what we got. It still looks beautiful. The Final Smashes have been severely changed as well. Basically, if the Final Smash involved the character having to move around the stage like Sonic and Super Sonic or Gigamac, where you pretty much had to play as the character and chase down the opponents in order to hurt them or whatever, that's pretty much gone. All the Super Smash Final Smashes have been altered so that way they're instantaneous. If you happen to get near the other players or whatever, the damage will be dealt, and then you could automatically go back to playing the normal fighting stance. So pretty much you won't be wasting any time in these super forms or whatever. And if you hated the Landmaster, that's gone. Thank you. Now I'm going to be getting into the issues that I have with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and its announcement, because while all of it looks amazing, I do have some concerns. Now guys, you gotta realize this. This is the first time ever that a Super Smash Bros. Game has been announced and released in the same year. That's never happened before in the 5 installments or I guess 4 if you don't really want to count Ultimate, of the Super Smash Bros. Series. So I'm wondering, is the hype going to be enough for this game? Are they going to have enough time to add any new content into it? And this is where I'm going to get into the whole Super Smash Bros. Being a big announcement was kind of a stretch thing. Because as amazing as it is to have all the old characters come back, and to have 2 new characters, Inkling and Ridley, to come in, I'm still thinking that's not really enough, because this just feels like a port of Super Smash Bros. Wii U with some extra characters in there. I just said that it feels a little too similar to Super Smash Bros. Wii U and looks too similar. So I'm kind of worried that this might as well be a glorified port. I mean, it's not, because it does sort of play differently enough, and it's running on a different engine than Super Smash Bros. Wii U. But if they're going to want to put in new content, like another new character, because I'm expecting that they're going to announce one more character, possibly at the end of E3, and that's still not really going to be enough. Like, I would really like to see a lot more newcomers. I want to see more newcomers come in, and some new stages, because Inkling and Ridley I don't think are really enough. There could very well be some DLC that'll come up later on in the year or the lifespan of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. There was DLC for Super Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS, so it's very possible that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate will also get some DLC, and if that's the case, they confirm that, then totally fine by me. I can wait for the DLC to come out. I'll get it. And I'm sure right now, because of what I just said about all the characters and the stages and all the content coming back, it's going to be definitely worth, every penny. But now that I think about it, I'm kind of worried that there won't be enough content, at least for single players, because Wii U and 3DS didn't really have any of that. And I'm kind of worried that Ultimate won't have any either. Now look, I know everybody hated Subspace Emissary, but for what it was, I was kind of fine with it. It was boring, it was kind of dull, it dried on for a little too long, but it still held my attention. It held my attention a lot longer than Super Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS had. The only thing that Wii U and 3DS has over Brawl, to me, is the extra characters that they had in the roster. And that's about it. But the roster doesn't matter if I don't feel like playing the game any longer than I have to. I cannot be the only one here that thought that there was a missed opportunity in Wii U and 3DS. I mean, I guess I could kind of forgive it because there were 2 versions of the game, so you'd probably have to make 2 different story modes or whatever. But it was still kind of a missed opportunity in that game because of the roster of characters. Seriously, would you not like to see a story mode where Mario, Cloud, Mega Man, Sonic, Ryu, all these characters, would you not like to see a story mode where they all team up to fight against some bad guy, whoever it may be? I would have loved to have seen that. It could be a bit harder to do now because there's so many characters. There's over 60 characters in the roster right now. I'm not going to give an exact number because that could change very soon. And just, there's more characters here that you can work with. You could see, let's see Sonic, Mario, Snake, Cloud, Mega Man, Pac-Man, all these guys teaming up. These all-stars. That's the whole point of Super Smash Bros. It's an all-star team-up versus fighting game where all these iconic characters can come together and interact with one another. Why don't we have an actual plot or story mode with all these CGI cutscenes? Because the cutscenes in Subspace Emissary were the best part of it. And I love watching those cutscenes, seeing all the characters interact, seeing how they got along, how they fought. Have some plot, because the reason why I'm thinking there won't be a single player campaign this time is because we got these CGI cutscenes again with the Inkling, back when it was first announced, and Ridley got one too. First off, Sucks that Mega Man and Mario had to die. I hate you guys. Those are all the concerns I really have now at this point, or at least the realistic concerns that I think could be covered from here until December 7th, which is the release date for Ultimate. Just put in some new characters and have some single player content, especially story mode. That is all I want really from it for right now. And again, have look at my dream roster, the newcomers that I want to see to come in. Not Goku, okay? Please, people on my Goku video, shut up, you're being toxic. Now allow me to move on and talk about some other games that I played aside from Smash Brothers, because I spent most of my time at Nintendo. I didn't really go to see any other stations that were at E3. I did go at least to go and look, but I didn't really play any games. I checked out the Spyro stuff, I checked out the Mega Man stuff. That's about it though. Again, I spent most of my time at Nintendo. And let's just go over some games in order of which I played, because yes, I wrote down a list of games that I played. Team Sonic Racing was the first game that I played, ironically enough, a Sega game. And for how it controlled and how it looked kind of similar to the Sega All-Stars games that the Sonic and Sega All-Stars racing games that were on Wii and Wii U. They control kind of similarly as well. And it's just Sonic characters like you would expect. There's no other Sega characters in this. And I don't know, it doesn't really seem all that different from Sega All-Stars Racing. You collect rings. There's a team mechanic which unfortunately seems kind of superfluous, because all it really does is just give you an extra boost, I guess. I don't really know. I need to go back and play just to further make sure, or ask the staff that they have there. Because, yeah, I didn't really understand all that much what was going on in the game. And nothing really differentiated it from the other racing games that I played with Sonic in them. That's all I can really say on that. It was pretty alright. It was playable. I liked it enough. Not sure I'm really going to be getting it day one, though. If there's like a story mode or something like that, a la Crash Team Racing, I'll probably look into it a little bit more. But for now, I'm just going to move on. I got Mario Tennis Aces. I got to play a couple matches of that with somebody. And I suck at that game. The game comes out in a couple of weeks, so I didn't really focus that much on it. Whatever you played in the online demo that they had, I think it was last week or something like that, it plays the same, pretty much. It's a Mario Tennis game. It controls well. It looks nice. I'm still thinking about getting it, but then again, I kind of suck at playing it, so I don't want to get a game that I'll constantly be losing at. It looks great, though. Again, it comes out in a couple of weeks, so wait to play it. It's going to be fun. Should be fun for you guys. I got to play Fortnite on the show floor. Not sure why I played the demo, or at least, not sure why they're showing it off on the show floor, because, well, you're seeing footage of it right now. This is available on the eShop right now. It's a free-to-play game. It's a lot of fun. I actually really like playing this. I got better as I went along. And, yeah, it's a pretty awesome third-person shooter. I like the graphics in it. I like the visual style. I like the weapons that you get in it. I like the sense of exploration. It's a little bit of everything in it, pretty much. And, yeah, I like playing it. You could try it out for yourself. Just go ahead and go to the eShop. Download it for free. Try it out. Needs online connectivity, of course. And, hope you guys enjoyed that. I played an indie game called Killer Queen Black. Pretty fast-paced arcade-style game. It was a lot of fun, actually. It was 4 versus 4 game. Pretty simple rules, simple controls. A lot of fun to be able to use. And I would recommend it, honestly. I don't think I will actually be purchasing it. It just seems a little bit repetitive for me personally, but it was really enjoyable. It's really easy to pick up and handle, and it was really great. It was a lot of fun, is all I can really say to it. Gonna move on to the next game that I played. Dragon Ball Z Fighters is the next game that I ended up playing, and I actually have never played Dragon Ball Z Fighters before. I didn't get it on the PS4. I had always considered getting it, but I was holding out and hoping that it would come to the Switch. Luckily enough it did, and honestly, I'm not sure if I'm still gonna want to get it because I was kind of waiting for the story mode, but I kind of spoiled myself with the story mode. Kind of glad I did. I heard it was kind of a bore and kind of repetitive to play. But for the versus stuff that I played, it was a lot of fun. Really fast-paced, controlled really well. It looks really nice. Still looks as nice as it did on the PS4 for the most part. 60 frames per second and all that stuff. Very important aspects. Visual aspects that are needed in a fighting game. And again, I'm still thinking about getting it. It was fun, and I would recommend it. That comes out later on this year as well. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee was one of the later games that I played, and it's pretty simple. It's it's as we expected. It's Sun and Moon controlled playstyle. Playing it with the Joy-Con honestly didn't seem that bad. Pokemon Go stuff was surprisingly a lot easier to use than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be kind of confusing because, again, there's a big difference between swiping your finger up and doing a throwing motion with your arm. So it controlled surprisingly well. That's all I can really say on it. It was a small demo. It's nice little attentions to detail, nice graphics. Loved being able to use the Pokemon in the overworld and in the battle as well. Both versions of the game come out November 16th, and if you guys think that you're going to be really into this game, that you're going to be playing it a lot, I would recommend that you guys get the bundle of the game that comes with a Pokeball Plus, because again, the Pokeball Plus is really awesome, and the coolest part is it comes with a free Mew. Totally worth it. And it's going to be a lot cheaper if you get it in the bundle than if you get both things separately, because the game is $60 by itself and the Pokeball Plus by itself is $50. So in this case, it's going to be $60 for the game, $30 for the Pokeball Plus or whatever. I mean, me personally, I'm planning on getting the Eevee bundle because I would really like to have the Pokeball Plus. I mean, yeah, you get a free Mew. And also, the Pokeball Plus is just the definitive way to play the game, pretty much. You know, it's the most natural way to feel when playing the game. And I think it's be kind of worth it, honestly. Get a discount on the Pokeball Plus. Have fun playing Pokemon Let's Go with your friends. So, check that out November 16th when that comes out. And this, just to go over it quickly, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I explained how it plays. It plays faster than Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. The final smashes are different. I personally really like it. I think it's going to be the best controlling Super Smash Bros. Since Melee, pretty much. And I cannot wait for this game to come out. And congratulations to Zero, who won the Super Smash Bros. Invitational. Apparently, all he does is win at these invitationals, apparently. I don't really pay attention to tournaments all that much, but I was there. I happened to be there. I got some free swag from there, and it was still enjoyable. There's just something about being in the presence of a bunch of other fans that really brings out the best in these competitions, and being able to play these games, and, of course, really awesome, and looking forward to it when it comes out in December. And unfortunately, guys, that's all I'm going to be able to really talk about here for day one of E3, because that's all I really was able to play and experience on that day. Again, I was able to walk around the convention center a bit, and there's nothing else for me to really be able to talk about. I played mostly Nintendo games on that day, and I already gave all my thoughts on it. But if you want to see me give out even more thoughts more instantly, follow me on Twitter at PhotonTH, because I'm going to be posting some more stuff on there when I go back there tomorrow, and I'm going to be focusing mostly on some third-party stuff tomorrow, and maybe go over to PlayStation for a bit. But just as an overall recap for Nintendo, they were awesome this year, you know, like they were last year. But I was kind of hoping that they would show more stuff off, like Metroid Prime 4, seeing the new Yoshi game, seeing a new Pikmin game, because apparently they have that on the shelf still somewhere. Was really hoping to get some more updates on that stuff, and we didn't. But you know what? Super Smash Bros. Is such a big announcement that I could kind of see why they wouldn't want to show it off. Not to mention that stuff, like Metroid Prime 4 was an example that they brought up. They felt it wasn't really finished enough to the point where they would want to show it off. So hopefully next year or sometime before, we'll get to see that. Again, guys, please make sure to follow me on Twitter to get some more updates from me and to be able to see more of the E3 show floor. And hopefully I'll get around to making another video later on this week about E3 2018 just to have an overall opinion of the entire show. I really hope that you guys are enjoying my content, and I hope that you guys will stick around to see more stuff that I have to offer you guys. And I really also hope that you guys are enjoying E3 this year, whether you're at the show itself or you're watching live streams of it at home. Hope that it's been a good E3 week for you guys so far. E3 is an amazing time of year, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it's as amazing as it is for you as it was for me. And that, guys, is going to do it for this E3 video. I'm probably going to make another one in like another day or two, hopefully. How about that Fortnite footage, though? Pretty sweet. But yeah, I focused mostly on Nintendo for the first 2 days. And hopefully for this last day, I'm going to be focusing more on a couple of third-party games. Some Kingdom Hearts, maybe. Maybe go to some of the Bethesda's things, Ubisoft. And of course, I can't forget... Kiss! But seriously though, I am so happy that both of these guys are getting a game this year. It's like a dream lineup for me. But yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe if you liked what you saw in this video, because I'm going to be making more videos very soon. I have a lot more free time starting next week, so hopefully I could get to doing some other videos. In the meantime, guys, I'm going to be going back to E3 to try out the last few of the games. And in the meantime, I got some Pokemon to catch. I'll see you next time whenever I get around to making another video. Have a good one.